We will start with the next problem here. So this problem is having pro forma cost sheet in the beginning to start with. So it is having material 40%, direct labor 20%, overheads 20%. Then you have in the information there it is proposed to maintain a level of activity of 2 lakh units. So cost sheet we have to prepare for 2 lakh units. Then selling price is given as rupees 12 per unit. In the per unit column we have to fill rupees 12, and raw materials are expected to remain in stores on an average of 1 month. Material will be in process on an average of half a month, assumed to be consisting of 100% material, wages and overheads. It is connected to work in progress. Finished goods are required to be in stock on an average of 1 month. Credit allowed to debtors 2 months. Credit allowed by suppliers 1 month. Assume that sales and production follow constant pattern. You are required to prepare a statement of working capital requirement, a forecast profit and loss account and balance sheet of the company, assuming that share capital is rupees 15 lakhs. So in the balance sheet we will fill it, share capital 15 lakhs, 8% debenture series a long-term liability of rupees 2 lakhs, fixed assets rupees 13 lakhs. So I have filled the balance sheet information. Before proceeding for working capital requirement, I will first complete the cost sheet part of it. So 12 rupees per unit given. Please look at the cost sheet part of it. Material 40% of rupees 12. So 40% of rupees 12 is 4.8. Then 20% of rupees 12, 2.4. Again overheads is again 20% of rupees 12, that is selling price 2.4. If you add all the three elements of cost, you are going to find 9.60. Then we have to find a profit. Profit will be difference between selling price and the cost. So profit is the balance. Profit is the balance between selling price and the cost. So difference is 2 rupee 40 paisa. So this completes per unit column. Before proceeding for total amount, first we have to complete always per unit, then we have to move on to the total amount calculation. So here we have to go for calculation. Per unit 4.80 for 2 lakh units, how much? That comes to 9,60,000. Then 2 rupee 40 paisa into 2 lakhs, 4,80,000. Again 4,80,000 because it is again overheads is 2.4. Add all the three elements of cost, 19,20,000. Again 2.4 into 2 lakhs, 4,80,000. Then total selling price 24 lakhs. So total selling price for 4 lakh units, the 2 lakh units 24 lakhs. So once you complete the cost sheet, then we have to go for calculation of working capital requirement. Then we have to fill the remaining P&L account and the balance sheet part of it there. So let us go one by one. Therein, point number C, raw materials are expected to remain in stock. So it becomes stock of raw materials, which is nothing but current asset. So for that we have to take the total raw material cost, 9,60,000 rupees, and it is for 1 month. So 1 by 12, amount comes to 80,000. Next, materials will be in process. In process means that is stock of work in progress. So it is given as 100% complete. 100% complete for raw material, 100% for labor, 100% for overheads. They have only given in the point number D. So for that we will be taking the total cost here 19,20,000 instead of calculating all the three elements separately, I am taking the total of three elements, 19,20,000 over here. Instead of calculating separately to save the time, the answer will be same. That is for 1 month. Sorry, half a month. 80,000. Then point number E, stock of finished goods. Stock of finished goods again at cost. At cost means finished goods is possible only when material, labor, overheads put together only it becomes a finished product. So I will take again 19,20,000 total cost, and for 1 month it becomes 1,60,000 rupees. Next, credit allowed to debtors given as 2 months. So sundry debtors is current asset. So nothing is stored. So we will do at cost. At cost again I will go for total cost 19,20,000, assuming entire sales is on credit basis. Okay, the entire production is sold for credit. So I am taking the total cost for that. 2 months it becomes 3,20,000. It is on 19,20,000 for 2 months, 3,20,000. We are doing on cost price, not on the selling price. Next, credit allowed by suppliers 1 month. So that becomes sundry creditors on raw material. Raw material total cost is 9,60,000. On 9,60,000 for 1 month, it comes to 80,000. So all the adjustments I have covered with. Now we have to go for the total of current assets and current liabilities. Let me total the current assets. It becomes 6,40,000 minus one current liability we have 80,000. So it becomes 5,60,000 for net working capital as well as working capital requirement. So current assets minus current liability is the working capital requirement as well as net working capital. Once I finish this, then I have to move on to forecasted P&L account. Then I have to finalize the balance sheet details. So let me get into the working forecasting P&L account after working capital requirement. So here we have to take the total raw materials used in the business for 1 year or whatever the time period given. So 2 raw materials, 9,60,000. To direct labor, all expenses on the debit side of trading or P&L account, 4,80,000. To overheads, that is other expenses, production expenses, 4,80,000. So all the three elements. Then we have to take the total sales as 24 lakhs on the credit side of the P&L account. Then we need to balance the trading account. Credit is more, that is 24 lakhs. Then I have to find the difference. The difference is gross profit. The gross profit amount is 4,80,000. 24 lakh minus these three elements will be gross profit. Once we get the gross profit, transfer to other side of it. Gross profit 4,80,000. Then we have to find any other expense in the profit and loss account. This part is basically trading account, this part is P&L account. So when we are doing this, we have to pay for expenses. We have 8% debentures, 2 lakhs. 8% represent the interest on debentures. So it is an expense, interest on debentures is an expense. So 2 lakhs is the debenture value, 8% is the interest, it comes to 16,000, only one expense. Then we have to balance the P&L account. Credit is more, 4,80,000, carry thus to the debit side. 4,80,000 minus 16,000, that gives you the net profit, that is by balancing the credit minus debit, 4,64,000. So this 4,64,000 I need to transfer this to balance sheet under reserves and surplus, 4,64,000. Then I have to go for filling the remaining information. So I have one sundry creditors here that I have to write here under current liability, 80,000. Then I have to go for writing current assets. I don't have any non-current assets. I have to go for writing current assets one by one, all the 4 items to be written. So I will write one by one. Stock of raw materials, 80,000. Then stock of work in progress, 80,000. Then stock of finished goods, 1,60,000. Then I have sundry debtors, 3,20,000. Then I have to total both balance sheet, liabilities and assets. If you total here, asset is more, asset comes to, the liability is more, 22,44,000, liability is more. I will carry this to the asset side. But if you total, asset is not equal to 22,44,000, there is a difference amount. The difference amount is 3,04,000. So when the difference is 3,04,000, that balance amount I will take it as cash at bank. So the balance on the asset side, 3,04,000, I take it as a cash at bank. If assets is more, liability is less, we take it as a bank overdraft. So please have a look, be careful, balance sheet may not tally, will have a difference. So please check for that.